Michelle, thanks so much for joining us. We're here, of course, to talk all about the new movie Source Code that you are in with Jake Gyllenhaal, who is one of my favorites, I have to say.
Rightfully so.
A lot of women very jealous of you. You have really shot up, in terms of the stratosphere from your beginnings in Winthrop, Iowa. I have to begin by asking you, you studied journalism for 3 years?
I did. I did at Columbia College.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so interested. You took a kind of a U-turn from there. You went and became a model, and you traveled the world, and then here you are now today, leading lady opposite Jake Gyllenhaal. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Tell us about your character. Who is your character opposite Jake Gyllenhaal?
Well, this movie, I think, thematically is about living one's life to the fullest. And I play a woman who's not exactly doing just that, and she takes the same train every morning into a job that doesn't really fulfill her, and then she takes that same train home every night to a relationship that doesn't quite fulfill her. And she meets a stranger on the train, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, and she's quite honest with him, and he kind of shares with her a little different perspective on her life and really inspires her to live her life a little bit differently. And then a relationship starts to blossom as a result of that. It
seems unlikely that a relationship would develop, considering that Jake Gyllenhaal, he's kind of got a lot on his plate, if you think about it. Here he is, a soldier, and he's got to stop a bomber on a train. Tell us this movie. I mean, it kind of crosses both. It's both a thriller and also a love story.
It is. The Source Code is actually it's a top secret government program that allows someone to live the last 8 minutes of someone else's life. And in this particular case, Jake Gyllenhaal is on a mission. He actually embodies a victim's life, a victim of a train accident, bombing. And he goes back and lives the last 8 minutes of this victim's life over and over again in hopes to find out who the bomber is. And during these consecutive 8 minutes, he starts to fall for this woman.
Wow. Okay. Who knew that, the last 8 minutes of this man's life, he would find a woman he loves. Let me ask you a question. This movie, the way that it's kind of structured, reminds me of, a lot of other movies, not a lot of other movies, but a very popular type of movie in recent years. It's that mental, psychological type thriller where the viewer has to almost play sort of a sleuth, to really kind of pay attention to all the different details over and over and over till they can hopefully come up with the answer too, right?
Well, yes, and I think that's what's really exciting. Audiences are really bright nowadays, and it's great when you can come up with something as original as Source Code that really is thought-provoking and that is essentially a puzzle for the audience, and that's what's exciting. Every 8 minutes, there's a new piece of the puzzle that you incorporate into this story, and it makes it for a really, really exciting thrill ride.
Michelle, do you miss Iowa sometimes?
Oh, yeah, I love Iowa, but I go back quite a bit. So, all my family's there, my nieces, nephews, everyone's there, so I don't have to miss it too much.
Michelle,
I can hightail it home anytime I want.
Well, that's good. The door's always open. I have to ask you. I mean, you started out in 2000, in film and television. In Young Americans you were major TV debut in 2 episodes of that show. Here it is, 2011. What is next for you? You've really accomplished a lot.
Thank you very much. I'd love to do theater. That's something that I haven't really tackled. That's a really big dream of mine.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's sort of that's a goal of mine, and I'm also producing things at the moment as well, and that's been really fun.
That is great to see that you're so well-rounded. You've done a lot of everything, and that's a good thing. Here you are opposite Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie, but you even have other things you want to tackle, which is really refreshing to see in a Hollywood star. Thank you so much, Michelle. We really appreciate it. And
Thank you, Norma.
Best success to you.
Thank you.
I liked her. She's very real. I like that.
Yeah, very down to earth.
Yeah.
Not getting any kind of ego. Source Code is in theaters now. We look at movies opening this weekend next.